Hello and welcome back to Factory Town Idle. In our last episode, we worked on some of the additional mana components, working toward some of these other researches and technologies, and culminating in the research of the mana reactor, which we're going to finish and take a look at in just a moment. Before we do, I want to I want to go through a couple of the upgrades and things. I did add a couple of extra steps here to the idle gain. It's taking a little bit more idle time to make some progress here, so we have to kind of keep increasing this after all. But I also want to increase some of these other things. So maybe workers per house could be good. Town XP boost is probably good, and that's going to be about it for us. It could add some more to idle gain too, I suppose, but we'll do that later. Alright, so then, also, most of the towns upgraded. Most of them are now level 31. I have taken their upgrades, but I have not spent the additional points here. So we could do that as well, but I think I will just quickly do this one, and then we can do the others another time. And we've maxed out both cultivation and prospecting speed, so we no longer can advance those. So the researches, these bonuses here will give us, of course, an additional 50% power production for the respective crystals, which is going to be very useful as we progress, I assume, as we progress through some of these mana technologies here. So that's going to push these up to 3.0. So 1 crystal plus 1.5 power makes 3 elemental powers, and we're going to go ahead and turn those in. I'm just going to quickly do those, and of course we have another level of those, another tier of those, which we can do at some point in the future, probably a more distant future. And then of course we have the mana reactor, which gives us a whole host of things. First off, the mana reactor building, which is going to give us the ability to make Omnistones here, which are made by combining those 4 of those powers together, the elemental powers plus the mana crystals, to produce the Omnistone. We also have research for an Omni pipe, which will give us the ability to transfer Omnistones from, I think at least, the ability to transfer the Omnistones from town to town via the trading that we haven't set up for anything else yet. The Omni Temple, which I think is a research building, isn't it? Produces knowledge orbs. Yes, it's a research building. This is the one that was in the most recent patch update, patch notes, and that the bonus that was associated with this is now associated with all knowledge. Omnistone upgrades will boost production, or speed rather. Just speed, or is there production boosts there too? There's a lot of upgrades based on productivity too. So market capacities, all the things, using Omnistones, and then Omnistone storage, of course, in the as a storage building for those. So let's go ahead and hit OK. And I think we can go ahead and start doing some of these researches, although the Omnistones aren't made yet, so maybe we should start with that instead first. Come down here to the mana reactor. We're going to need at least 5 of them because I said so. I have no idea. And let's do this and this. Those will take a little bit to run. Oops. Or to build, so I think while those are building, we can probably do some work in the other towns. At least do these researches, or do these unlocks, or complete these researches, and start the building of these in the other towns as well. I assume that these are going to sell automatically, but I actually don't know. We should check that too. Yes, they will sell at the Arcane Emporium, so it's a good thing we added the next level of those as well. So those will go, and then let's keep going. I'm not doing the knowledge upgrades yet, or the town perk points upgrades yet. We will do those. I'll probably do those off camera after the episode, or if I end up taking an idle break in the middle of the episode. And we'll eventually start those researches, but I want to get things going here first, because since we have construction time, have never upgraded construction time, these things will take a little while to build. It looks like about a minute a piece, so it's kind of good to get these things going as quickly as possible. And it took a long time of offline running to get all the towns completed because of various production limitations and things like that. Especially in the oversell of items, I think, is where the real disparity is, especially in these last couple of towns. And so I think as time progresses, we will those will balance out, of course, but also we'll have a little more disparity unless I do a lot more offline production. So one of these is already producing quite a bit, but not enough, just quite a bit. And as we get more of them done, we'll have more and more. There, now we... Oh, no, we're not, actually. I was going to say that we're maxed... we've reached our max sell amount, but not quite. We are not quite selling enough yet. Let's go fast forward a little bit here to build a few more mana reactors. And now we are selling them. And these give a 5th type of coin, Omni coin. And those are used for, I assume, some of the research that we have not yet done. So that's there. And then the 3 of these got made. And that's all we need for right now. But as we start using them for research, we're going to obviously need more. So let's back up here. Let me just zip through the next 3 there. So we have all 5 made in probably all 8 towns. Oops, wrong button. All 8 towns, probably. And then we can take a look at these researches. So I want to do Omni pipes, I think, first. Oh, I probably want to do all of them, to be fair. We're not going to do these. Omnistone upgrades we'll want to do eventually, but not right now. And storage I'm not that worried about either. How badly is this going to make a dent in our purple coins? 15 and 20 billion. Oh, we've got plenty. We've got 61 billion in this town. So we could potentially do maybe this one as well. And that would take care of almost all of our stuff. Oh, and these are blue coins. So let's do those too. Why not? And we are not anywhere near taxing our Omnistone production. So I think that's fine. And we can actually do that in all the towns. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 55 billion. Let's see. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. 56 billion. 50 billion here. 23 billion here. This might be where it starts to get a little bit rough. Some of these towns take a little bit of extra time. And even the blue coins are going to struggle here a little bit. We could also, though, look at any of the upgrades in the towns while we still have a few coins left. 50 billion, 17 billion here. This one was the second to last town to finish all those last batch of upgrades. So it doesn't surprise me that it has an exceedingly low number. And this one even more so. None of that surprises me because of how much... So these are not going to run very, very fast, very smooth. But that's okay. We'll get there in the end. We're losing 5 million a second, and we only had 500 million to start with. So, yeah, you do the math on that. And upgrades. Let's take a look at that. So we don't yet have 1.3 trillion here. We don't need market capacity. We don't need any. We can't afford any of these. We'd like to have that. And again, we don't need market capacity. And I don't really feel like trading post storage capacity either. Although we could do it as we build more trading posts. I don't really feel like it. So I don't feel like we needed it. That is markets, markets, and market trading post storage. I must have done trading post storage in some of the towns. It's trading post storage 3, that is. All markets and trading posts. I had just done these. Oh, there's yellow coins. We can spend that 130 billion on that. Market. There we are. And then gold ore prospecting. We'll take that. Market. Consumption boost. We can take that. We can take this yellow coin. And then markets. Here we have these two. Markets. Yellow coin. Purple coin. And then markets. And these, of course, are just giving us XP boosts for selling things. But that means that the town will level up faster, so it's not a bad deal. We also got all of them up to level 9 upgrade efficiency, which is kind of nice to accomplish as well. And this goes to at least 25. So, and whether that means that's all that actually gets or not, I don't really know. Blue cash registers, we'll take that, and then that'll be it for you. So there's more things. We could obviously just pay for these too. And really... maybe we should, because there are only 10 of them, but I don't know. I guess it doesn't hurt, but on the other hand, we'd have to build more in order to do all those upgrades. So I don't know that I want to go through all that rigmarole. So let me just check and see on all of these. Yeah, we're only using 3 of each, and they're all at level 55 because... they're all running at about, or almost level 55 there. They're all running at about the same speed. Do you get any bonuses here in the mana reactors? In the Magic Town? No. Okay. Sure. Sure. Oh, we did get level 30 in the Magic Town as well. That gives us a bonus to the daily reward boost too. So not a problem, not a big deal. So let's see the research. I think I should just fast forward this, and I think we can stay here to do this because I can just go screaming fast. I'm going to ignore this one for right now and just scream through all these. And that last one, Omni Temple there. You can see them finishing the other towns there too. And there. Okay, so Omnistone storage should just be a dead end there. Yep. Omnistone upgrades will give us a new upgrade for Omnistone Omnicoin cash registers. That's going to be in here, so we're going to want to have that. Omni Temple will give us a huge amount of new recipes for knowledge orbs by turning in or by trading in or converting or whatever various items. We can turn those into knowledge orbs. And that's kind of like your end game sink. Let's take all these items we're making and we're not selling in the market, and let's just flip them and put them into production of various things. Then a whole bunch of new researches here, and a whole bunch of some new quests as well. So we'll take a look at all of those. And then finally, Omnipipe, which would be a simpler one, which will give us a recipe for making Omnipipe, and then we'll have a quest to produce 25k. But they're made from mana pipes, Omnistones, and fire. So I'm not sure how much of this I want to do. Probably, more so, I think. Well, I guess the cultivation speed would be a good one. Omnistone cell value would be a good one, but we need to have these knowledge orbs before we can do any of these things. So we're just going to have to sit on that. We could run these, but I don't care about running those. So let's take a look at the Omni pipe, which I don't know where it was. There it is. Omnipipe. Look for the exclamation. Those are already running, and we've already reached level 28, 29, and counting. We've already made a ton of those. We have plenty of room in the machine shop. I did read that it was in the machine shop. We have plenty of room in the machine shop here for more, but we can also boost productivity with Omni coins. And so we should do that, but I'm going to do that via the upgrade screen because there's going to be plenty of these. So let's boost all the level 1s. We can do the speed boost too, because speed boost in a production building means that you're just going to produce more with less workers. So that's not a bad deal. But I think I'm going to skip the Omnistone boosts. Well, we'll see what they look like. Lab, Mage Tower, Kitchen, Jeweler, Machine Shop, Medicine Hut, Magic Forge, Mana Transmitter, Enchanter, Refinery, Mana Reactor, Omni Temple. The Refinery is an add-on building. Production speed, though, so okay, whatever. Also, the Harvester Hut's good, even though we're not really using those much. Definitely these here would be really good to have. Aqueduct as well, even though we're not using that as much either, because we're pretty much pumping the water now. Shrines could really be good too, because those are effectively production buildings as well. Here's the water pumps, we'll do that one. Steam boiler, we can do that one. Steam powered generator, yes. Even though we're not using much of these, we do still need them a little bit. Farm productivity and so on here. We can definitely do the productivities for all of the production buildings as well. I don't see why not, because, hey, more productivity means more items for nothing. And these are giving us, by the way, boost quantity of items generated. Actually, I don't know how much it's giving us. Let's look at the pasture or the forge here, maybe, and see. Pasture is now 1.1, 10% then. The forge still says 1, and if we do that forge upgrade here, then it will say 1.1. Okay, so it's a 10% bonus. It's interesting that it doesn't actually say that. It doesn't say 10% bonus, it just says boost quantity. But 10% means we don't need as many workers in those jobs overall either to produce the same number of things. And then also we can get more of these items to make into those knowledge orb things. Mana Reactor, Omni Temple, Research Speed. I think we could do that. And then, but then market capacities, I'm not that interested in. Like, we don't really need more market capacity. We're turning those down over there as well. So why should I bother with market capacity? That's at least my theory. I don't know if that's a good theory or not, but that's my theory. So really, I should just go back through this and just keep upgrading all the ones we just did. We also want Omnicoin cash registers, 1, 2, 3, 4, as many as I can get. So that'll be good as well. And then we'll want to do that in all the towns as well. But I need to also look at where those knowledge orbs recipes here at the Omni Temple, and we'll want to have. Okay, those are the level 2s we didn't touch yet, but we can at least turn this on, set it to auto, and we can let it just consume whatever the heck it wants to consume, I think. We're going to need a lot more than 5 of them, but we'll start with 5 and let it consume some items, and then we can redirect ourselves to other things. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I remember that being the same as the last one too. And so they're going to use a lot of different things, and maybe there's some items where we don't want to produce all of them, or produce an excessive amount of them, but I doubt there will be one of those. Or many of those, I should say. So let's go forward here, and we can just turn all these in the same. I'll go through and do those upgrades, I think, off camera, because but we also need to get these all going as we just talked about. So let's get you started. And maybe I should just make 10 of each of these. Yeah, let's make 10 of each of these. Let's go back. There we are. Because we're going to need 9 anyway, if we want to have 1 worker working at each one. And we'll probably need more than 1 worker per, but we'll also have upgrades coming to, I assume, upgrades coming to the, maybe not, to the productivity of them, but, you know, how we have the upgrades that are in the other buildings, where one building results in more workers kind of thing, or more work slots, I guess. But I don't know if we do or not, so we'll have to kind of see what happens with that. Turn all those in, and come here, give me 10 of those, give me 110 of that, and this, and so on to the other towns. And like I said, I will do the off-camera work on all these upgrades, because that's a lot to sit here and twiddle through, using up our time in the... Oh, you're not done with the Omni Temple yet. Okay. And because you ran out of coin. All right, well, we'll come back to you. That's fine. You're done. I was like, wait a minute, what happened? That's what happened. And I don't want to burn through a bunch of idle time either, for one town, I don't think. Although I did do that in between the last episode and this one. So, and you're not done yet either. You here are way not done yet. Which doesn't surprise me at all because of that. We should do also the storage for the Omnistone storage. We might as well build some of those. Again, just one of those should be fine. Oh, and you've advanced to a level here. Nice. I saw it flashing as I was paging through. And those are going to take a long time to build because they require, a longer time to build because they require purple coins. So, yeah. So we have one more town to get to level 31. We don't have any more buildings here that we can do yet. No. Research speed. Oh yeah, that's because that's Omnicoin boosts. I don't know if those are infinite or if there's a limit to those either. It implies that it's unlimited, but because it doesn't show the number, like all the 10 checkboxes or the 25 checkboxes, or different levels, but I'm not positive on that. How is this going? It's not. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. We built one Omni Temple. Oh, good. What does this give us? Claim automatically. Allows research recipes to automatically claim rewards when complete and restart the next level if possible. Okay, so that's how you handle those repetitive, or those infinite researches. That'll be useful later. And then 10 quest coins, of course. And we produced 100 Omni coins at some point along the way, which gave us 5 coins and gave us a new quest to reach level 30 in the Magic Town, which we've already done. So that will give us the town XP multiplier for Omni coin, presumably in all of our towns. There it is. So we can do as many of those levels as we can afford, and all the towns we can afford them in. We could do these, I guess, since we know those are the easy ones to accomplish. And I'll just do those down there later. Because these will give us better sell speed for the Omnicoin items, and then also XP bonuses. So we want to have those, I think. And what's the requirement on this? Oh, producing the Omni coins. That's why we are locked at 4 levels. Oh, there are only 4 levels? Interesting. And what about you? You're an infinite, it looks like, as well. Okay. And this is where... No, this isn't where. Never mind. Okay. We're back here at the beginning. I heard something pop. I didn't see what it was. Wasn't any of the researches. Might have been... Oh, it's probably the Omni Temples getting built in various towns. Which is fine. Why are you not auto-assigning those? Curious. Is that because we don't have a demand for them? We don't have a demand for the knowledge orbs because the knowledge orbs are only used in research? Yes, that's what it is. Okay. So for that, in that case, we need to actually come here and do these and possibly do that. But at least for right now, let's do this one and this one. And there they go. These kicked off. And it just picked the top 2 or the first 2 here. Whether that's what we want to sell or not is up for argument and or discussion. But at least for the time being, that will help. So we're going to want to have a bunch of... like that. But we actually don't even need that many of them yet. Because, yeah. But they're going to take 15 hours with just 1 worker assigned. So there might be a... Is there any of these that I shouldn't have worked on? I don't think so. These are all things we want. We want natural resource capacity, probably. Less so, I think. Well, these kind of match up with these, don't they? Kind of. A lot of them do. We don't have a natural resource capacity here, but we do have cultivation speed, which is now capped, by the way. Oops, wrong button. We have Omnistone cell value. We don't have that. Natural resource regen. We have that in a way. I think that's part of land. I believe. I think that's part of land, and so might the capacity be as well. I can't remember now. And then crafting speed, knowledge speed, skill gain speed, prospecting speed, mana reactor productivity, which will help with all the things here, and goods consumption, market sell speed, and this is all goods, by the way, all market items. So we want to do that because that's even better than doing the individual market item ones. Omni Temple productivity, these just take a ridiculous amount of time, but there are 12 of them, so it may be worthwhile to add 4 more schools and put a second worker in each of these, or then add a dozen at a time beyond that to add more and more workers to these. But we also want to consider doing some of these. I don't know that we want to, but we want to consider it at least. And so we can kind of keep these things all kind of rolling that way. And they take such a long time that we're going to want to have a lot of schools to do a lot of this research until we kind of hit a wall with the production of those things. So we could do a few more of those. I could show a few more of those, but also we could probably skip some time, I suppose, to get the other towns caught up, and also do some of the other upgrades and things that I was going to do offline. And kind of just see where things go. These are the things that I might want to do. I will probably do, actually, this claim automatically, just because we'll want to keep these things rolling, and having to set the workers on these every single time is not really something that anybody will want to do. So that'll be a good thing to do. And I may not do them on these, but on these here, I think so. Although, are these infinite or were they limited? I think they're infinite. So we may want to do them there. I'm not sure. And then we have this one yet to work on. Let's go ahead and skip some time. A couple of hours. We finished the quest for a 25k Omni Pipe. New building, Omni Pipeline. Yeah. Okay, so that's the building that is in the trading post, or trading area. Omni Pipeline allows us to transfer Omnistones. And again, we haven't done any of these yet, because I haven't really thought about how I want to do them. I should use them, but I haven't thought about how I want to use them. And then, yeah, Mana Pipeline, Magma Pipeline, steam pipeline, and power line. And I think the power line is the most important one, though, because we can export power from the desert where we can make it with solar panels to all the other towns and thereby not need it. Not need the other power production in the other towns, or at least not as much. So let's see here. Yeah. Skip some more time. We're going to run out of skip time pretty soon, so I'm kind of being concerned about that. But Omni Temple, good. And that gives us all of those, and then I can go ahead and assign those out. But we don't have the Omni Temples made yet, so we need to get those started too. Knowledge. And 110. And roll it. Okay, and then you can have all of these. Look at those kick off because they're all there. They're all working. All 9 of them. The other towns will look like that too. And then you can have a couple hours skipped here. Trying to be as timely as I can be on that. Clicking that button, that is. But I don't think I want to do the auto assignment here because I want to try to keep them even, I think. Maybe not. I'll think about that some more too. Or take your suggestions and comments too. I just don't really feel like I want to auto assign research because I don't know. I think I want to not do it, but I haven't really given it as much thought as I probably should have. And then you are really suffering, my friend. And we're not going to get 30 hours into this because we don't have that much time. But it'll also go faster once we get rid of this one, so maybe that'll help. There it goes. But I don't know that it's going to be good enough. Go ahead and start making those, I suppose. And we're going to lose our fast forward times pretty soon. Oh, there it is. We have a little bit left. All right. I can do those real quick. And then we can do this. Oh, we need more land. All right. In that case, we will spend... Oh, we can just take this first. Level 31 also here. Last town to get it. Couple more for you, and we still have a little bit of land left. Good. That's what I like to see. Okay, so you're all running as well, and this is, again, going to take them actually only a couple more hours of processing time, but that also means that we're kind of at an impasse as far as this goes, because this is almost 3 hours, so we could probably get this town done with one level if we zipped through this real fast. We did. We just barely finished all of it. So we can turn all these in. And of course, this gives us 25%. 10% Omnistones Omni. I didn't read the first one. Copper ore deposit prospecting speed. And then apple tree cultivation speed there. Natural resource regen, 25%. Crafting speed, 25%. Knowledge, 25%. Skill gain, 50%. Prospecting, 25%. Mana reactor productivity, 20%. Good consumption boost, 50%. And market sell speed, 25%. Oh, and finally, Omni Temple productivity, 20%. And that's this one, of course. And then we could do level 2s as well here. So if we wanted to keep things going, which I think we probably do. Although, remember, this town is now ahead of the other ones. So that's a potential concern. But then again, the other towns are going to fall behind a little bit anyway. Because they're not producing as much stuff. And we do have these, but we don't have the regular bonuses here. Oops, what did I just click? Come back. The regular productivity bonuses, but that's okay too, because I don't think we need them anymore because they're the Omnistone ones. So I think I will, I'll do a few levels of all the Omnistone upgrades we did here to see how many I can afford. I'll also just kind of keep the other towns going. We can do like this and that, just to keep things going here. Market we don't need. And then we have Omnicoin XP multiplier. We can do another one of those. Market, storage, market, or it's trading post rather, market, and then the rest of these. So I think what I will do is I will leave this episode here, quite a bit shorter than I customarily do, but we're also in a good spot. We also produced a bunch of knowledge orbs and a bunch more knowledge orbs, and we can get some more of these spent as well. What do I want to spend them on? That maybe, and that spends most of them. Sure, market sell speed is actually a good thing to spend them on. So I have a lot of offline, off-camera, off-recording work to do in terms of the town perk points and the researches and the upgrades to spend, and then we'll have to see what kind of comes of that in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.